Scientists solve mystery of Stonehenge and the people buried beneath the stones. According to a new revolutionary scientific study, a group of scientists has found that ancient Welshmen helped build Stonehenge by somehow transporting blue stones 140 miles from the Priestley Mountains before they died, buried beneath the iconic British monument. Stonehenge is one of the most amazing and mysterious ancient structures on the surface of the planet, located in the United Kingdom. The massive stones that make up Stonehenge have remained shrouded in mystery for more than 5,000 years. Why were the stones placed there? How were they placed? Where did the stones come from? And how were they transported to their original location? Too many questions yet too few answers. Sunset at Stonehenge. Despite more than a century of intense studies and excavations, we still know very little about the people buried at Stonehenge or how they and the famous Stonehenge stones got there. Now, a new scientific collaboration including the University of Oxford, with the help of colleagues from UCL, Université Libre de Bruxelles and Vrije Universiteit Brussels, and the National Museum of Natural History in Paris, has published a new paper in Scientific Reports, suggesting that several people who were buried at the Wessex site moved, and possibly transported the blue stones used in the early stages of construction of the monument, from the Priestley Mountains of West Wales. Scientists say that some of the people whose burned remains were found in the Neolithic monument of Stonehenge, located in the south of England, originally came from West Wales. This means that the people who were buried beneath the stones did not live near Stonehenge, according to a study of isotopes of ancient cremated bones deposited there. Why Stonehenge was built should be as important as the who built it. While much has been speculated about how and why Stonehenge was built, the question of who built it received much less attention. That didn't do Stonehenge justice. Part of the reason for this is that many of the human remains were incinerated, so it was difficult to extract much useful information from them. We needed better technology. The team headed by Christoph Snuek used radiocarbon dating along with a new technique based on the analysis of the composition of strontium isotopes to determine the origin of the buried humans. After having been granted with a special permit of Historic England and English Heritage, the team analysed the skull fragments of 25 people to better understand the lives of those who were buried at the iconic monument. These remains were originally excavated in a network of 56 wells in the 1920s, and placed around the inner circumference and ditch of Stonehenge, known as Aubrey holes. The analysis of small fragments of human bone cremated around 3000 BC, when it was used mainly as a cemetery, showed that at least 10 of the 25 people did not live near Stonehenge before their death. Instead, as explained by experts, it has been suggested that the proportions of the highest strontium isotopes in the remains were consistent with residents in Western Britain, a region that includes West Wales, which also happens to be a well-known source of the blue stones used in the construction of Stonehenge. While the proportions of strontium isotopes alone cannot distinguish between sites with similar values, this connection suggests that West Wales is the most likely origin of at least some of these people. While Wales was known to have been the source of some of the stones, the study shows that people also moved between West Wales and Wessex in the late Neolithic, and that some of their remains were buried at Stonehenge. The results emphasize the importance of interregional connections that involve the movement of materials and people in the construction and use of Stonehenge, providing an unusual view of the large scale of contacts and exchanges in the Neolithic, for 5,000 years.